Okay, welcome back everyone. In this video, we are going to learn how to use Abacus to identify the place values. Remember, we have been discussing 5-digit numbers. So we are going to look at the Abacus. But before we begin, do you guys know what Abacus is? Abacus is actually a very old device that was used to perform the calculations in the past. All right. So for place values, Abacus becomes very helpful in order to identify their places of different values, and then we are going to write and guess the number on the basis of these place values. Okay, so the first digit always indicate that it's a play ones, the second digit indicates that it's tens, then come hundred, then come ten, then comes, sorry, thousand, and then comes 10,000, right? We have already studied that, and now we are going to do in this video, we are going to find the number, and we are going to see by counting the abacus beads. All right, so let's start with the number one. Let's count it together. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. There are 7 beats in number 1, so we'll write 7 on the right side. Moving on to the tens place, that is, there are 2 beats in tens place, so we write it with the 7, that is 2. Next comes 100, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means I'm going to write 6 at the hundreds place. Next comes 1000, and 1000 have how many beats? 3 beats. So we write over here 3. Looking at the 10,000s place, we'll count the beats, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll write 4 over here. So what is the number? What is that number? It's actually 43,627. If we'll write it in expanded form, we will write it as 40,000 plus 3,000 plus 600 plus 20 plus 7. So this is going to be the expanded form of the given number. Alright, moving on to the next example, let's solve it together. That is, at ones place there are 2 beats, so we write it at the utmost right. That is 2. Then comes tens, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer over here is 4, that is 40. Then comes hundreds, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bead indicates that it's a 700. So we will write it as 7. Next is 1000, and that in 1000 there are 3 beads. So we'll write over here 3. In 10,000 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 beats, so we'll write over here 6. So the number that we have found by counting the beats are 63,742. And if I ask you to write this number in numbers form, how will you write? You will write the first two numbers together. That is 63,000. Always remember to learn the spelling of the common words, that is thousand, hundred, tens, and ones, right? So 63,742. So this is how we will write the number name of the given number. We have solved two examples by looking at the beats of the abacus, and we have guessed the number by ourselves. Now moving on, what if there is another question given and in that you are only given a number, but you have to place these numbers into the abacus. Remember, we have done this in the chart that was place value chart. We had ones column, we have tens column, we have hundreds, we had thousand, and we had 10,000, right? So keeping that in mind, I'm going to use the first example, that is 25,432. I'm going to place 2 in ones. I'm going to place 3 in tens. I'm going to place 4 in hundreds, 5 in thousand, and 2 in 10,000. So now the question comes here that if I want to add the beads over here, how many beads will I add in the number 2? How many beads will I add at the number at the place value ones? So that is 2 beads. So I draw 2 beads over here. Alright. Next is tens, and at the place value of tens, I'm going to add 3 beads. So that is how we're going to draw it over here. At the hundreds place, there are 4 beads. So I'll add it like this. Next is thousand, that is, we are going to add 5 beads in the thousands place. At the next, that is 10,000. So we are going to add 2 beads for the 10,000. And this is how you're going to do the question by placing them in the place value chart and then writing and then putting the beads in the abacus, or you can directly do it as well. Let's do this example directly so that you can understand it better without drawing the place value chart. Let's look at the other example. That is 53,024. Remember, 0 indicates that there is no value of 100 at this time. So let's start putting the numbers in the abacus, right? So 4 means 4 is at one place. That means we're going to draw 4 beads over here. Tens, at tens place there are two number, that is we are going to draw 2 beads over here. At hundreds place there is 0. That indicates there is no bead going to be in the hundreds place. 3 indicates thousand, and we are going to put 3 beads in the thousands place. And the next is 5, that is 50,000, and we will place 5 beads in the 10,000s place. So you can see we can also solve the abacus by directly converting the number into the place values. Alright, so I hope you guys have understood how to solve the place value questions by using the abacus. We'll